Boiler Room!
Yeah, Boiler Room.
Yeah.
Can we relive that again?
Bro.
Yes, bro.
Can we just do that whole night again?
Bro, it's taken so long. I haven't been booked from any promoters here in Aotearoa on a big stage, and it takes an entity all the way out of Aotearoa, especially Lady Shaka and Pulutu Underworld.
Shout out.
Shout out you guys. Thank you very much for putting us all on, and I hope, it's not that I hope, I've received a lot of good feedback from it, from that camp. And Boiler Room also we're excited as, so yeah, let's see what comes from it.
Yes, what was the timeline? How long from when you got the word from Boiler Room to when you played?
I think it was like a month out maybe. It might have been a bit longer.
Yeah, it wasn't that long.
Yeah, it wasn't that long. But I was supposed to be in Fiji.
That's right.
So I got an email and I was like, I was actually just going to be happy to just turn it down because the promoters that have been promoting me over in, or been giving me gigs over in Fiji, I've been doing it for like 5-6 years now.
Yeah.
You know, and so it was like, I wanted to represent them. I didn't want to make them, I wanted to respect them for being there. You know, this thing comes off once in a lifetime. It's like, these guys have been here for years. And so I sat with that and I asked my fiance, I was like, what do you reckon? She was like, man, both of them are up there. And so we were navigating that. And then at the end of the day, we were just like, let's just give it a crack. Felt good about it. And I was just, I'll just be transparent with tourism, is it Fiji Tourism? Yeah. And they run all of those things. And
Were they were supportive of it?
as soon as I sent the email, they were like, congratulations, see? Like,
Man.
so it's very exciting.
I feel like that's a definite appropriate thing to do.
Yeah.
One less thing to worry about.
Yeah, because Gareth is already the other DJ that I kind of put on since. So I was just like, bro, are you able to cover me?
What a shit call. Oh, bro, are you able to go to Fiji?
We need to learn how to DJ accent. I'll go anywhere.
Yeah. So he was there. He's been there for 3 weeks.
Shout out, Gat.
Yeah.
Holding it down for the brothers.
Actually, shout out Get. I'm just missing you at the moment. He's gonna do Teddy's unveiling too.
Oh, wicked. He's on. Yeah. So
Oh man.
Shut, bro.
the thing with Gat is that him and I were coming up at the same time, and we always dreamt about Boiler Room set. Like that was the thing where we were like, we could be here. This is our dream, bro. It's like, yeah. And at the time between us, we were like, yeah, you go first, and I'll find my own. And he managed to get it first. And I was at a place in my life where I was pretty content with what was going on. Had a lot of great things going on, and I was just happy to transition into all of that. And then that email came through, and I was like, fuck up with the email, bro.
That's me, man.
Yeah.
That's dope. That is dope. I didn't really put those two things together that you and Get have both done it.
We've
in your
talked
own
about
way, yeah.
We've talked about it, eh? You know, when you like speak your visions with a certain person, and he's definitely been that person. And it was awesome for us to have those, but also have them in our own places.
Yeah.
He got his in Rara. I had my opportunity on my own whenua.
Yeah.
And
Crazy.
With your people all
with my
behind you.
like that was another highlight too. Just seeing all of you guys whenever I had the time to engage with you. Just in your eyes, I could see. I'm so happy to see my bro up there, and you know, even though I was in that like alter ego state and that dog mentality, trying to make sure everything I throw down.
Bro.
Yeah, I could still sense it, and I was telling the boys, Kelly and Bryce, they were behind me, and as hectic as it was and as loud as it was, I could still hear these two voices really calmly. And then a lot of the times where it was like, bro, sit in it, bro. Like be present, bro. You're like killing it. You're killing it. And I'm staring down like, yeah, it's our boys in now. So I just look up, take it all in, bro.
So you fucking killed it, alright, bro.
How did it come about, bro? Like, we talk about you getting the email, but how do you know?
I don't know. I have a theory, and I think I'll just share my theory, and obviously it could be different to what they think, but I think it is that I created a relationship with Shaka when she was showing up on Boiler Room, and I just messaged her, because when I was watching her first Boiler Room and when she was doing the poison stuff, I could not stop but like I had the biggest smile on my face, because this person has just shouldn't have to do any of that. and she put every culture in her set. And so I just messaged her. I was just like, I'm so proud to see you do your thing and very thankful that you are the representation from our end. And I think just from there we kind of like stayed in touch, and I would always just send out supportive messages just because of how amazing it was to watch her do those things on that platform. And then I think a lot of the other things too, like I think all the other mahi we've been doing together, everyone's kind of getting a whiff of it, and also the golf stuff and just the other amazing things that you know I'm grateful to do, but also we're able to do together as a team. I think a lot of that too. And I reckon it was just like, we'll put Seymore on because we know, you know, one, he's got all of this community. He is a leader in amongst his community, but also has the community, you know, to come out, and they're right.
Yeah, 100%, bro. I remember when you were talking about it and like telling us like, why I'm not really active in the DJ scene like as much as I used to be. And I was like, bro, it's because it was like you have been. Everybody's seen your mahi, especially in that scene, but like in the other mahi as well. It was like it's supposed to be like that. Like if you think about who should have played Boiler Room Aotearoa, there's no lineup where your name wasn't in it. Not in my head anyway. You know, so
And to open it as well, that energy, bro, that was crazy.
But I remember when we found out the news that C was going to be first, and I just remember thinking like, don't have to worry about anything, you know, like mahi's on.
No matter where I was going to be placed, I was just going to still go hard either way.
Yeah.
Very hard.
bro, that's the thing about that set. The set that you played too could have started, could have been in the middle, could have been at the end.
Very hard.
You know, it didn't matter. No matter
Sure.
where
Imagine
they
ending on that show, bro. I mean, on
Yeah.
that set would be fucking crazy.
Everyone would be
Yeah.
rinsed.
Yeah, yeah.
But I love being first too. When I heard it all first, I was like, "Oh, fresh energy." The what Boiler Room does to anyone. The promotion has done so well to do what and create this energy of like how amazing it is. People even just going and attending, they wanted to be there to experience it.
Yeah, the crowd knows what they're showing up for.
Yeah. And I think the energy from the artists all the way down to the crowd, even the bar staff and the cameraman, they're all just as excited as the artists, you know, as whoever's performing. And that's wicked, bro. When they came out, felt like a fight.
Yeah.
I was just like, but I was already locked in.
Yeah.
I was locked in for sure.
Bro, how was Lady Shaka's intro?
That was hard.
Holy heck.
That was hard.
Holy heck.
It was hard.
I was that moment like it was so surreal. Like we're standing in the hallway, getting ready to like come out. Had this massive ropu just do like a haka and you know, and then Shaka starts like listing off all the things, and then I could just feel C's energy like behind me, like ramping up, and it was just buzzy. Like we had the Sweat Up Boys there, we had Renzo there, and I was thinking like, this is me. Like this is everything that we worked for, but it was like, no, we own it now. Can you speak about like that moment too, that energy, that kind of you're processing in that moment just before we're about to like go on to stage?
I looked at this as if I was doing a world's wakaama race. I used those processes and applied them to this situation. So going down, you were like, bro, have a couple waters. We didn't have time to have waters, which was all good. We got down, and while we were waiting for that group to finish, all these nerves started hitting, and like, you know, when you're so nervous, your body can feel really jelly.
Yeah.
And I knew that if I didn't figure out how to get rid of those before I got up there, I was imagining that this could ruin just a little bit of a set. So once I started feeling it, I just was trying to shake the shit out of it, and I was just getting my breath in. But then at the same time, I was just like, nah, fuck. You've been practicing this, bro. You got a whole team for this. Like everything leading up to this, like, nah, you don't deserve to feel like you can pull out right now. Just man the fuck up and just get into that dog mode. So that switch was just like, okay, I just need to switch in.
Yeah.
Already felt the boys in there, and then so it's just when you're trying to G yourself up. And at this age, that dog mentality takes a bit longer to get into. Like when you're younger, it's dog mentality long, like forever. But because you're much more mature now, you think a bit more than you used to. So it takes a little bit longer to get into that real dog mentality, and that dog mentality is what's helped me a lot of the times in a lot of situations. So yeah, it was that. I was trying to shake those nerves before going out, and once I was feeling nervous, I was just like, okay, trying to remember every mix, and like just trying to push and visualize pushing buttons that I've been doing, jumping songs. Yeah, so everything was going through my head, and I was just like, sweet. But it was just like, nah, we're here. Soon as we walked out, yeah, and I was
For
just
real,
like,
man.
but
Yeah.
that noise, that crowd was
different.
confirming, get
So
out,
different.
Seymore. So I was just like, yeah.
Yeah.
But it was just that all of this was taking in that energy, charging, and then Keela's voice on before the mix started. Fuck.
That was my highlight, bro.
Yeah, it was.
I was like, I don't want to cry. I don't want to have tears in my eye at the start.
Yeah, so
That's why we were stuck in the back corner as well.
Yeah. Nah, that was huge for me, like having my daughter's voice start off that set. And then King to Aotearoa and Fallen Angels. And then Waramu's to Whakamaua kia Tina. And everyone responded, Tina, Haumie, Huie, Taikie. And so it was just that, eh? Yeah.
Yeah. Like
Yeah.
that moment just came flooding back to me.
Yeah.
Bro.
Yeah, nah, those like, it meant so much to me having the kids in there.
Would have mean heaps to them too, bro.
Oh, bro, they were buzzing. They were buzzing, seeing all of it in the stories, and they're just like, whoa. Like, yeah, and then that once Poirier dropped, fuck, everyone's like, oh.
Yeah.
And then just hitting them with the Barley edit.
Right.
Yeah, so that Barley edit, we sat down with Bryce, and I was like, bro, I want Poirier, and I was a bit worried about like where my placement was in the night because of Poirier. Everyone wants to play Poirier because that's like a big song in our country. But I was just like, but if I make it Barley funk, like it'll separate from anyone. And it was I just wanted that separation just to make it different. Yeah, so shout out to Bryce for putting my ideas down for that. And oh my goodness, when we heard that, Carly came downstairs. She was like, what the fuck was that? And I was just like, that's confirming. Yeah. And then
That was like, cause that intro with Keela, and then it was kind of like, this kind of like magical moment, and then when that kicked in, I was like, fuck, that's right, we're in Boiler Room.
Yeah.
we're on.
that was it too, eh? Once that dropped,
Yeah.
I was just like, yeah, this is like, if you just came in and you weren't too sure what was going to happen, that edit would remind you, oh yeah, we're at Boiler Room. We're at Boiler Room. And so it was like really cool to have that. Shout out to ballet funk genre. Like, I don't know, something about that genre connects with who we are as people. I think the energy, I think the sounds, and after that was then the Sort It Boys.
Oh, bro. Nah, though. So you played a rough version of the mix, so I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
When you played that first, but like everything you talked about, like this is how I'm gonna do it, this is what I'm gonna do, and you're like, it was like you were rehearsing. You're like, and then this happens, and then hopefully this will happen, bro. Everything, like I was standing there watching the shit, like I had seen the draft, and now I'm seeing the real thing, and it was playing out exactly how you had planned it. There was like some maestro shit, but it was just like, the whole crowd was reacting exactly how they should.
Like when you visualize something, that was it executed, but even more so.
Yeah.
I was just like,
We about to
Holy-
conquer it.
yeah.
You feel that shit?
Yeah.
You like that shit?
Yeah. So I played the conquer stuff. So leading up to that, I asked Amon, INF, I was like, bro, like I need your brains for this. Pause. I need it. And I was like, do you have any edits? Do you have anything that I could put in my set? Because I reached out to everyone because I looked at it as if I can grab as much assistance and help and guidance from everyone in my camp or everyone that I know, all these relationships that I built, I thought of it like, why don't we create a masterpiece that all of us can enjoy, you know? For like in history, we all felt like we were a part of that, and that was my intention. It wasn't like I'm at a place now where I never looked at it like, yeah, that's me. Like it's like, nah, that's fucking all of us.
That's me, you
know?
know?
Yeah. And so I hit up Amon, and he was just like, bro, I did this Bali funk edit of Conquer like last year. I was like, what's it been doing? Just been sitting on my laptop. I was like, send it through. He's like, wow. So I swear I placed it in the set. I only had this idea like leading up to it. First of all, I hit the boys up like a week out.
Yeah.
Yo, you guys want to jump on and do your 2 songs? Keen. So I was like, thank you, brothers. Like, I really appreciate you. And so I like showed them that edit. They're like, this is hard. But then they didn't know until like 3 days out that I was going to spin it first.
Yeah.
So I played it first without them coming out. When that drop happened, oh, the energy was just wild. And then I pulled it back, made that spin, grabbed the mic. You like that shit? And everyone just went crazy, yeah. Yeah. And then, you like that shit? What about this? Play it again. And the crowd's going nuts when the boys come out. But I kept asking, hey, was that a surprise? And everyone was like, that was like a surprise, right? So it's like, oh, that's cool.
That was amazing, bro.
When you prep it too, when you prep for so much, you don't realize, you forget about all of those things. Yeah. Like you forget that it is a surprise because you're already well aware of it. You're just like, okay, what's next? What's next?
That's what I mean, bro. I knew what was gonna happen, but the crowd reaction was just like way more than I thought it would be. They were just like, we're about to conquer it. Even us at the front, I think bro was jumping for the first time.
First time in like years, bro. I was like, whoa, my back's so good. I don't care. I'm jumping, bro.
Everyone going crazy and then, and it was just like, oh.
Yeah, because everybody heard your set, and I came in with virgin ears. So every track that you played in the set I was just like experiencing it for the first time. So these guys had an idea of what it was going to be like, but I was like, oh sweet, I get to hear it for the first time, and I get to like have first live reaction. And I tell you, I lost like 2 kgs on that dance. Especially with the 100-day camp that was right behind you.
Yeah.
Like, we weren't at the front, but we were at the back, and we were just jumping, hyping you up, and for every song that you played after the done, it's just good.
So before Swit It played, you played a song between your intro song and the Swit It set. Played a song. There's a story to the song. Tell us the story, bro.
So when I got the email, one of the other people that was like first to know was Jero Vandal. If you don't know who Jero Vandal is, he's up there. First kind of came out when Soulection, he did a little thing with Soulection. Now he's on his own wave, and he's done a lot of Boiler Room sets since. But he's definitely someone that I was very interested in, and he was up there for me, and it became one of my favorite DJs. So just like anything else, I reached out to him and I was like, bro, amazing. Managed to create a relationship with him when he came to New Zealand, and we've been boys ever since. So I hit him up and he was excited as for me, and I was like, bro, do you have any edits I can play? You haven't played yet? Especially Bali Funk. And then he goes, I've done this one, but I haven't played it. And I was like, sweet. So he just sent it to me on WhatsApp. And thank you, bro, by the way. Hope you don't mind me sharing this. But I placed that there because it was in a respect to my idol, now friend, to set that set off with my bro's edits.
What song was that?
It was just the kid on Instagram.
Oh, the Brazilian one.
Yeah.
Oh, bro.
Yeah. So he made that, and when I played that, Bryce was like, because Bryce is the producer here, and for me, I just like to hear new sounds, and it was like, oh, this is wild. Bryce was like, nah, do you know how crazy that is? He's like changing like a snare pitches and like the pitch of a snare, and I was like, oh, I hear it now.
No, I didn't.
Yeah. I didn't know that much, but I was just like, nah, it's solid because I got the cosign from my bro, and yeah, and so that's huge for me. That's really huge for me to be able to get that assist and then kind of dunk that ass on a Boiler Room set.
It was funny though, because I made the Poye one, and then we heard those other two, and then I was like, can I go back and change it afterwards? But yeah, just stuck with the original. But it was all like, those edits are crazy, like really talented producers, eh? So shout out to the guys.
You're one of them, my brother.
Yes.
That was the cool thing, bro. Like, the coming together in your set, like you said, representing everyone that's had an effect on you. It didn't have to be like that. You could have had a set that was focused on yourself and you know, not putting other people into the position and not bringing someone like Jero Vandal, who's, you know, overseas. You know, you didn't need to shout out to him, but that was a beautiful thing, and I think the crowd saw that and felt that immediately. It was just like you were doing this for them and for everyone that you could touch, as many people as you possibly could touch it. It's amazing, bro.
Yeah. Nah, also, I just want to say, like, a lot of the ideas too just came to me without me actually thinking too much about it. Like, so I would sit on it and then I'll go to sleep. I had a couple of dreams where, like, okay, you're supposed to do this, you're supposed to do that. I'll wake up the next day, I'll put it in. Whatever I can remember from that dream, I'll put it in. I was like, well, yes, okay. And I've been seeing every sign since then. So I've just been trying to take it all in and make sure, you know, it does fit when I do hear it, when I apply it. And it's wild, like, it shows when you really listen to everything around you and are centered. Yeah.
Not fighting in.
Yeah.
Flowing. That's dope, bro.
So what was after that?
Yeah, so then you went from Swidit into...
Oh, into that, that's what I mean. I was going from there to there because that edit with, I think I want to do my thing. Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that there was one of those moments where I was just like, man, I didn't even see where this came from, but it ended up being a great change of energy from the boys. Once they went off, make some noise, I'm sweating. I think I'm gonna do my thing. Play that.
It looked like you were having fun in that moment, bro.
Yeah.
That's fun.
I had to hold the speakers on the monitors on your guys' stage, bro. It was just like, boom, boom, boom. I was like, oh, like they were.
Forever a sound guy, eh?
Yeah. When we went to sound check, I was doing all the jumps. Like, I was jumping high as shit on the stage. I was making sure, like, I was hitting every grip. Like, I was trying to grip to the left, grip to the right, see what movement I'm doing to the laptop.
Yeah.
And shout out to Chucky, by the way, the Kateanagi twins' dad.
Yeah.
And then shout out to the twins as well for letting me use their laptop. And we kind of just used their plugs. So it was just easy as I just unplugged it, jumped on. He taped it down for me because I asked him, okay, we got any gaffer tape so we can tape it down to the DJ table because I'm going to be jumping. And then he was like, yeah, bro, I got you. So appreciate you, bro, for doing that. It means a lot. And yeah, I think that's a beautiful thing about Aotearoa is that we band together when when it's time to go. Like, and that really was that showed there. But the jumping. And I wasn't even exhausted. Because I was practicing those same moves, jumping that high and like shaking the dreads and singing every song every day of the week. At that pace, I'll be drenched. I'll be drenched after each rehearsal at home. So went up there, and it was good. Like, I had a good talk with Dad after it, and one of the things that stood out to me was like he was saying, "You look fit out there." So I was saying, "Thank you." Like, the aim was to and thinking about it, I think everything I was doing leading up to this, I think was meant for that moment. Yeah, and every other moment to come.
That's buzzy.
Yeah, like
all
the
your
processes.
all your wakas.
Yeah, all
how
the
fit you
processes
are.
I learned from wakas, how fit I am, and the person of becoming, being surrounded by you guys, and all the challenges we've been through together, and every achievement we've been to get through together. I think that really puts a lot of love onto everything that we're doing.
Bro, it looked like love on that stage. It was like emanating out there. The whole crowd was giving love, but the whole night it was just love everywhere, bro. It was
The waves of flags and just the engagement from the crowd singing back to you. It was lovely.
It was.
Yeah, that's dope, bro.
Shout out to everyone that came through too, because when we put out that call, letting you guys know that I was on first, and we told everyone, we put out a video saying be there at 9, and everyone showed up at 9 for everyone to come in, and it was busy, it was packed, very packed from the beginning. And I love that the aim was to have people there for my set, but also set up for everyone after me. Yeah. Appreciate you guys for coming, because you guys must be tired as after that.
A few people came at 8:30.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, the ones at the front, they were at 8:30. I think
They were at the front.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we got there.
And then shout out to all the people who pushed in line. But we were like, man, we're sorry, but we're not missing.
Yeah.
We're not missing bro set. We have to be there. He has to see us.
Yeah.
Like how I would have felt so bad if you walked out and saw everyone else.
Yeah.
So we were like, sorry guys. And you and me, we're pretty hard to miss. You know, so everyone's just like, I could feel beams in the back of our heads, just like, who the fuck? Like, oh man, you don't understand the gravity of it. We're not just here to party, we're here.
The worst thing was, because like we did that, but then every single person who was coming for you ended up coming to us.
Yeah.
So it was just like that crowd of people that were coming for you just grew in
At
the front of the line.
Oh, is that how
Yeah.
everyone was at the front?
Yeah, bro.
Because that line went all the way from Studio on K Road all the way down to East Street.
Yeah.
That was wild. That's wild.
We were at the front.
We just hopped straight out of the Uber into the front. Sorry everyone who
Sorry,
we pushed in front
but
of.
yeah,
that's
but
not
no use no.
Yeah, we wouldn't have done that normally, not our style. So one of the things I remember, and I remember this from when you were showing me your set, was that UB40 song.
Yeah.
Yeah. How did you decide to bring that in?
That was already something I was like, I want to go back. So it's fresh off the boat.
Yeah.
I actually thought of it. The song that I wanted to play was a bit slower. It was that 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So that song, we used to drive around to trainings, and it was me, Tyrone, our bro Slim, who's passed away, and my brother, and it'll be like a bunch of us different, like all the boys on the team, every different. We had this little green car called Noddy, and we used to play for Counties Manukau when Tim Dennis was our coach. Yeah.
Shout out.
And so in that car, that fresh off the boat was playing religiously, and so I was like, I wanted to play that song, but I was like, nah, I'll go to the song that we all know that is the party song, and it was that go. But I wanted to like shout out to
Shouting out fresh off the boat.
yeah, DJ Tickles, who was it? DJ Peter Guns, and I think DJ Noise helped out with that. I could be wrong, but yeah, but that I wanted to make a shout out to the first people I knew that created edits. Look at us now. Look at the world we're in now. Everyone plays edits, and like whether you like it or not, you got to give it up to those boys. Like
Straight
they're
up.
part of my growing up. They're part of everything. It reminds me of the flea market with my granddad. It reminds me of Mangere flea market. It reminds me of all the flea markets. And that was just like, giving back to everything that I've that's created this character now. It's like, and that was it. And then the song after that is, those two songs are actually together in the mix. I just shortened it for the set. And there was that next generation gonna sing this song.
right.
We'll be rocking it all night long. And it's when I heard that, because Carly has never heard that, and I was just like, the words fit so well with what I was trying to do with that set. Just those lyrics.
What you did with that set. There was.
Those are just iconic, like, tunes. Like, a lot of the stuff that you used in your set, bro, like, capture the party culture here in New Zealand, but not, like, at a level that it's already been represented. You know, it's something new that we haven't seen in that sense. Especially on Boiler Room, bro, because that stage is massive. Yeah. And you see everyone else who would go on there would play something that fits Boiler Room. But you made Boiler Room fit us. And that in itself is crazy. Representation is insane.
And like at this time of the world as well, like what a fucking, you know, what like to really shout out the unity of our country and how we know we're all together, and like show that in a musical way that means so much more than the music. You know, like there's so much deeper than the music that you played.
Yeah.
And like everything that's trying to tear us apart and and create division in our country. And that in a 45-minute set you showed like snippets of like just the story that you're telling is the story of unity of our country and of our culture, and just how like important and how all the pieces fit together. When someone's trying to tear all those pieces apart, you come and effortlessly just put it together in a musical way. It's incredible.
Yeah, 100%.
Just like what you see when artists do their thing, and then everyone has that. When they look at it, it's just they express themselves in that medium, and this has been my medium, you know. But I think, but going back to it, like everything I've learnt though, no one can do anything by themselves. You can, but you get way further. You achieve a lot more when it's together.
I think we mentioned it in one of our other episodes, eh? If you want to go fast, if you want to get there fast, go alone. If you want to go far, go together. And
Should be a rapper, bro.
I going back on what Bryson was saying about putting on for our culture with the music selection. Going back to Swidit, their second song was Cal's Garage. And that was strategically placed there because at the beginning of the song they knock on the garage door. And in New Zealand, in Aotearoa, we have that was a shout out to the garage culture. The garage drinking party culture.
because that's a different music scene.
Yeah.
You know, you don't play the songs that you listen to in the lounge in the garage.
Nah.
It's you know the garage party songs.
And in those garage parties, everything is played.
Yeah.
Like you go to the sing along stuff, and then you go to things. So that was my first initial thought. Like after putting everyone on, as many people as I can, it's like, okay, if I was to like paint this picture, what would it look like? Okay, it's the garage party, because we grew up in the house while while the whānau were out there till we got old enough to be out there, and there's a whole new world in there. Like there's a whole new like creating of relationships and building relationships. You experience so much. There's either darts, there's either karaoke, there's either pool, you know, there's either arguments, there's either laughter, cry, it's everything.
And all in one night.
All the same person.
Yeah.
But it's funny you mentioned that, like, you know, we grew up in the house and you could hear the party going on, and like when you're in the house, you're like, you know the song, you hear the song. Hey, and then you get a little bit older and you're in the backyard, you're allowed to go in and out. Then you're allowed to stay in there.
Yeah.
And boy, come and sit over here.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, wait, it's like you're outside but you're part of it, but once you're in it, you're in it. You don't go out of it.
Yeah, bro.
And that song was a sing-along, but the whole crowd was singing.
Yeah.
So many flat singers. One more for the ride. I was like, woo! He's gonna sing. Yeah, so Cal's Garage, garage party. It's very Polynesian culture. For me, it's Māori culture. But then when I first came to Auckland, I was like, oh, you fellas have garage parties too? It's our culture. Those were the only cultures you brought in.
No. I wanted to do a massive shout out to the Palestinians with that edit. So the song, what is the song called, Bryce?
Ya Tub Tub.
And who is it edited by?
Hubby Beats.
Yeah, so the original is a Palestinian, and the producer that edited it is a Palestinian. And so shout out to the Palestinian community here who helped me out with a lot of, anytime I want to learn about their culture and their situation, they've been filling me in. Iman, love you, thank you very much. And yeah, so played that one. That song just has so much mana in it, and it just fits the ballet funk kind of sound I was going for. But also after that, I wanted to make a massive shout out to the Punjabi community as well. Growing up out south, I know a few brothers out there that, but their culture is huge too. And so I wanted to make a massive shout out to them. And what was that track called? It's like a Punjabi remix.
Much Punjaban.
Yeah.
To speak on that, I just really want to honour you, especially your intentions on the way you've done content creation, you've done wakama, you've done your DJ. Like, you did DJ and then you're like, oh shit, I'm going to move into wakas. But you've brought the same energy that you had in the DJ world into wakama, into content creation. But it came from a place of whakawhanaungatanga and aroha. And I think where you are now is not because of you formulated to be like that, it's because it's meant to be like that. And just because of your intentions and how you've treated people in business partnership, relationships, collabs and stuff with, whoever you're working with, that's evident. I can see that. Like, I've only known you for a short time, but you just emanate that energy that you are there for the right reasons, not for clout, not for this, not for that, none of that bullshit. And I think whatever's coming up for you is just going to be all the way up. So I just want to honor you in that and give you flowers in that sense. Shout out.
Thank you.
Love you, G.
Love you, G. Love you, boys.
Love you, my brother.